Damn, bro, so who's calling? I'm trying to jam out. Nobody picks up the phone in this house, as you can see. Jeez! This is a fucking banger. You get the bag and fumble it, I get the bag and flip it and tumble it. Straight out the lot, 300 cash, and the car came with a blunt in it. What's up, YouTube? It's Chris, and welcome back to my channel. It is episode 3 of an 8-part series. And I figured from the introduction, I'm sure you guys know what I'm going to be talking about today. And that is my favorite music. So I listen to music every single day. And my taste in music pretty much varies depending on how I'm feeling that day. Some days I feel really pumped up and all I want to listen to is hardcore trap music to get me going. While other days I'm in my feels and all I want to listen to is old school R&B. There are some days where I take it even further a notch and go back to what I loved listening to back when I was in high school and in elementary school. So if there's two things about being raised in a Filipino family, one is watching basketball, as you guys might have seen in my last video, and two is music. Filipinos love music. No matter what type the genre is, as long as they can sing it, as long as there's a magic mic at someone's house, that's all that matters. So my parents love artists like Rod Stewart, the Beatles, Simon and Garfunkel, some Michael Jackson, stuff like that. A lot of those artists are here throughout this house. It's a lot of the stuff that I heard while I was growing up here as well too. So my favorite genre of music is hip-hop. I enjoy hip-hop because I love the production. I love the variety of beats that you hear from one artist to the other artist. I love the sampling that they do from artists from the past and songs from way back when to give you that sense of nostalgic feeling as well. I love the lyrics. I love listening to what these guys have to say. Sometimes I love listening to guys who tell a story, put me in this imaginary place where I'm actually in what they're speaking about. While there are other times where I like listening to artists who have no idea what they're saying, makes absolutely no sense, but hey, if it sounds good over a beat, I'll give it a shot. So the thing I love about hip-hop is that there's so many different genres and there's so many different sounds and artists from different decades that make you want to listen to this stuff. They stand out for their own ways and their own reasons, and in doing so, I have a vast collection of artists that I thoroughly enjoy. From old school hip-hop artists like the Beastie Boys, to the Notorious B.I.G., to a rapper known as Big L. I love listening to guys from the 90s, 80s, and before that, just because they kind of paved the way for what hip-hop is today. In the early 2000s, I enjoyed a lot of Kanye West before he went crazy and before he started wearing MAGA hats. I also loved 50 Cent. His influence, I think he introduced this grittiness, this gangster, this I'm tougher than you, I'll actually fuck you up if you don't think so type attitude into his music. Get Rich or Die Trying is one of the best rap albums of all time as well too. So modern day rap, my favorite rapper probably is hands down Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar takes that same style from the old rappers back in the day because he's very heavily influenced by those West Coast rappers like Dr. Dre, but Tupac especially. So he takes that same storytelling, but then puts it into the new sound of today where production and beats and flow, and he merges both of them to create unbelievable music. I think Good Kid, Mad City, if you guys haven't heard it, is probably his best work next to Section 80. Section 80 is really good, but I just honestly think Good Kid, Mad City is really up there. I think Good Kid, Mad City as well is one of the top 10 rap albums of all time. I'm not feeling in the mood for storytelling and hard-hitting poetry rap. I really like that, that trap gangsta music about guns, about killing people, about drugs. I love listening to that shit. It just gets me, oh man, let's drink, let's juice. That's such a bad thing to say. It just gets me in that mood where like I just want to go out and have a good time with my friends. There you go, that's a lot better to say. Artists like Future, artists like Young Thug, artists like Migos. I think there's another friend group that fucks with Migos as heavy as mine and my friends do. We've been listening to these dudes since 2012 when we graduated high school. when they were first rapping in front of a fish tank back back at their old house. We're not on that bad and bougie tip. We're from that like YRN, back Hannah Montana, like Bando, Versace. That's when we were really on Migos. In terms of rappers that I'm currently listening to right now, I really like Lil Baby. I love Gunna, and it helps that their father is Young Thug. I also listen to a lot of R&B music. Some of my current favorite R&B singers include Frank Ocean, The Weeknd, Daniel Caesar, and currently I've been listening to this guy named Xavier Omar. Search up his song Blind Men and you guys won't regret it. I've also been listening to a lot of female R&B singers as well too. Artists include Summer Walker, Snow Allegra, and this artist known as Now, N-A-O, which I will speak on her a little bit later. I also love old school R&B. Artists such as Musiq Soulchild, Joe, Usher, Neo, T-Pain, Akon, Justin Timberlake. It feels like something's heating up. Can I leave with you? And the list goes on and on.
Put the fucking mic on. Mic is on.
Is that how you do it? I'm fucking exhausted. I was just dancing in my little seat for like 20 minutes for this vlog. That's very tiring. I want to take a nap. So to finish off this video, I'm going to recommend 3 albums that I've been listening to currently and I can vouch for and think you guys will like as well. One is the album entitled For All We Know by Now. And this album is fairly old. It actually came out in 2016. I just heard this maybe about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, and I absolutely love it. Now's voice on this is very reminiscent to old R&B singers of the past. I'm getting a lot of Aaliyah vibes in a lot of her sounds. I think that album is really good. It has a good mix of that really R&B sound mixed with a lot of club sounding beats too, a lot of more up-tempo sounds that will get you in a good mood no matter how shitty your day's been going. Number 2 is the album entitled Everything's For Sale by the California rapper Boogie. I've heard of him a couple times. I've heard the name, such a like distinct and easy name, but I never actually listened to his music up until I saw this album. I saw the cover art and I was like, yo, this album probably fucking slaps. And it does. It doesn't have that same West Coast style beats that artists like YG or E40 use. This one was a little bit more on the storytelling side of the album, where the beats weren't the big focus, but it was more on the, hey, I'm gonna tell you a story in 13 songs. The melodies that he has in there they really match with the story he's trying to tell too. It's a good listen, especially if you're in that mood to listen to something that has more of a meaning in the background. The features on it are good as well. There's a song with Eminem that would be amazing if Eminem wasn't on it. Don't get me wrong, I listen to a lot of Eminem, but his verse on this kind of ruined the song. But besides that, maybe check out the song Time featuring Snow Allegra. It's the last song, but go take a look at the album as a whole because it's a great rap album with some great storytelling in it as well too. And the last album I recommend you guys to listen to is the Redemption album by J-Rock. And J-Rock comes from a group called TDE, Top Dog Entertainment, which also features Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q, Absol, SZA, Isaiah Rashad, just to name a few. This album is from another West Coast artist, and it has that same gritty storytelling feel. It also has those very popular club bangers as well too. Ginuwine, which did it win a Grammy? I think it did. I'll fix it if it didn't. I think it won a Grammy this past Grammy Awards, I believe. So it does have that really club banger sound. It has that really gritty storytelling, and it has really good features. My favorite song of last year was the Wow freestyle featuring Kendrick Lamar, and those two rap on it. They rapped their asses off. It gave me this old school Styles P Jadakiss vibe where they would go boom 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 boom, like how the Beastie Boys, how Outkast, they used to just rap back and forth, back and forth. I loved how that sounded. I think J-Rock is probably the most underappreciated member of TDE. I know some people will probably argue with Absol or Isaiah Rashad, but I just think J-Rock has this aura to him that those other guys don't, that should be out there more. And I think with his win and performance at the Grammys, a lot of people should definitely take a look at him. I know Win was featured in the Black Panther. Oh, wait. TDE produced the whole Black Panther album. So if you love the Black Panther movie, which was a great movie, by the way, go listen to the Black Panther album as well, too, because that is strictly produced by TDE. A lot of J-Rock, but as well as his teammates. But going back to what I said, the Redemption album, in my opinion, should have won Best Rap Album of the Year. It was the perfect balance of, like I said, storytelling, beats, flow, features, bangers, and it's easily replayable. I listened to that joint, I don't know how many times. I know I listened to Wow Freestyle pretty much every day on the way to school. So with that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. If you haven't seen the other episodes already, feel free to take a look on my channel. There's 2 up there right now. And I have 5 more episodes to go. So I hope you guys are enjoying the content. This is actually kind of fun doing. It's like kind of a way to wind down, even though it is homework at the same time. It's kind of a fun way to wind down and just talk if clearly you have no one to talk to. No one even picks up the phone. And maybe I should pick up the phone and just talk to whoever's calling my house. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And if you guys didn't like what I had to say, then I hope you guys enjoyed my dance moves. Deuces!
Give them that new shit, no food shit. Oh yeah, let's go.
How do I do this? I don't know how to do this one. How do I do? How do you do it? It's like,